Hey team, it's day 31. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you've had a good week. We're gonna get into the daily goals in just a second, but first, I wanted to say what we're gonna address today, and that is calorie dense foods or calorie density in your foods. I had somebody ask what does that mean? And I wanna answer that today and run over a few things with that. So let's run through this quickly and we'll go from there. So 223 pounds. Remember, I'm not eating any starchiness 2 hours before I go to bed. And I was just barely over the 222, but I always round up. So I'm getting close. And you know what? Tomorrow morning, I'll step on the scale. I'm going to continue this path forward consistently for at least a week to see how it goes. And I am thinking and believing, based on just quick results, it's an N of 1, so it's not a trend yet, that I will continue to roll down based on cutting off some of that starchy stuff at night, so my HGH can have a full first wave cycle of breaking down fat, or lipolysis, like I discussed in the last video. So 1869 calories, 128 ounces of water, barely 7 hours of sleep, 30 minutes of activity yesterday, and 211 grams of protein. So yeah, we're good. We're there. So let's talk about, what does it mean if a food is calorie dense? Don't mistake this for calorie dense is bad. Let's just talk about calorie density, okay? So when we talk about calorie density, the first thing I want to bring up is one thing that my daughter loves. My daughter loves these things, and it is a zebra cake. Look at how small this thing is. This is what calorie density is. So this is a zebra cake, and it is equal to, it's about 270 calories. So what I say is, you got 2 full chicken breasts here, and I know I got a third full one there, but a half. So it's equal to about 2.5 4-ounce chicken breasts, right? Okay. That thing, it looks so good. I could eat it, and I could eat 2, and I could eat 3. So that's the issue with calorie density. It's that you can eat those foods and you start eating it and you don't realize, holy cats, you eat 3 or 4 of these and you're half your calories in a day. At least for me, you might be your full calories in a day for that. So the next one, 2 Girl Scout caramel apple candies. I love Girl Scout stuff because I have a bunch of nieces that sell Girl Scouts, but now this is hilarious, you guys. This is equal to, so 2 of these is equal to a chicken breast. So let me see if I can hold that chicken breast over. But look at how tiny these are, 2 of these things. Look at how small that is. You pop it, you're done. There's 11 or 12 in here. And, that's literally 900 calories. But just 2 of those, you're going with the chicken breast. So when I eat a full chicken breast, I could eat 30 of these things. But a full chicken breast, I'm good, and that's basically 1 serving of your little Girl Scout stuff. And I just love buying it because it supports my nieces. But next thing is the cookie. Each of these cookies, 180 calories, super small cookie. I'm just the palm of my hand. I'm not that big of a dude. But that is equal to, what is that, about 1.5? Yeah. So I would basically say not quite the 2, but pretty much close to 1 and the half of that chicken breast, right? And these are 4-ounce breasts. So when you take a look at that, and then my kid wants pizza, so I made him a pizza quick, and that's what I said, 1 pepperoni pizza. This is absolutely crazy. Let me show you guys this. Oh, ow. Pan's kind of hot, a little bit. But this is like a normal 10-ounce pizza, pepperoni pizza. Yeah, it's 10 ounces. And this literally, it's so funny. Hold on, let me sit this down. Okay, so that literally is the amount of calories that I had yesterday. So that darn pizza, 1,860 calories. Let me pick it up again. Just because I like running back and forth. But when you take a look at this, should have probably grabbed some pot holders, but 1,860 calories in this. I've eaten one of these pizzas no problem before. Sometimes after a night of having a little too much alcohol too. But so you got the alcohol that's used as fuel, again, remember that, and then 1,860 calories just hanging out, waiting to go, stored. So you can see how this, even a half of this, right? These 4 pieces, you're still running 930 calories. And so wow, that's calorie density. This is a whole day's calories. And for some of you, you might be like, yeah, that's for sure a whole day's calorie for me, not for me. And so that's why you got to be careful with calorie density and calorie dense foods, because they're easy to eat. They normally have a lot of refined sugar in them, or a lot of fat, to get a lot of flavor. It's so good. But when you think about it, and by the way, the pizza, it says 1/6 of a pizza. This bothered me because I don't know about you guys, but I like cut my pizza into 4ths or 1/8. I've never done 1/6. So I'm just a side note, my ADHD kicking in. But so when it comes to calorie density, just be careful, right? Like a Pringles can, I think, do we have one in here? No, I don't have one in my pantry, but a Pringles can is like 6 servings of 150 calories. And I've eaten a sleeve of Pringles like nothing before. You know, when you're sitting talking to your kids or whatever, you just go through them and all of a sudden they're gone and you're like, wow, I'm still hungry. Well, you just ate 900 calories, half of what I ate yesterday. So that's why we got to be careful with calorie dense foods. Second thing you got to be careful with is judging people when you're on an eating plan. I got caught in this just recently. And I just want to say that when you are on, and I call them eating plans because if you call them diets, like this is why diet freaks me out. So here's what diet says, diet. What's the first 3 letters spell? Die. So I just don't like that word. Everything in that word just makes me think that it's a short-term fix to try and go on a spring break trip or, you know, something weird like that. That's what diets are for. An eating plan is a life-changing thing, I believe. So somebody else could be on an eating plan. So don't be judgy about calorie-dense foods. You don't know how much they've eaten that day. You don't know what they're eating. You just don't know about their life. So it's easy when you're on your eating plan and you're in the middle of the tough spots to look at someone and be like, whoa, wow, look at them, eat that. And you just don't know where they're at in their life's journey. So be careful, okay? Calorie density does not mean bad. On occasion, like I know for a fact, I'll eat like a large blizzard easily in some of my, what I call cheat days or my free days in my eating plans. And I've let myself go lately. I mean, before I started this eating plan, after Insight, before Insight, it was like, I was on that seafood diet. I saw food and ate it, you know? So it's like you can really let yourself go, but then when you get on the diet plan, eating plan, don't forget where you once were or why you're doing it. And once you get really going, just don't judge. And if you do, it's normally people that are super, super close to you and you think you're trying to help them out or you think you're kind of calling them out. It's not, it just makes them feel like crap and apologize to them. And, try and be as supportive as you can because everybody is at their own places when it comes to on their life journey to try and be as healthy as they can and eat the right foods. But calorie density does not mean bad. I'm done. I'm going to quit. So I'm just going to speak for myself and say that happened to me. So I'm just forewarning you. Calorie density is just be careful. Doesn't mean that you're overeating anything yet. And it's all personal to us. So you don't know if they're in an eating window or if they're on a cheat day or anything like that. So don't be judgy when you're on your eating plan and on your way to your goals. Just a piece of advice, personal experience. Thanks a lot. I hope this was informative. I mean, there wasn't too much science or anything behind it. It's just basically what the industry and a lot of people, nutritionists call calorie dense foods. It's just making sure that when you know that you have some calorie density, that's why I say track calories. When you scan barcodes or you look at the servings on the pizza and stuff, you start to know what's calorie dense and what's not. That's why I do believe in calorie tracking, even though one of my real good friends is like, it's not sexy to calorie count. That's fine. Go find the green, yellow, red thing or a different eating plan that helps you. It's all going to restrict your calories. Sorry to admit that, it will. I just think that the calorie counting itself makes you more aware of the different types of food and what's in them. So anyway, that's enough. I'm done. You guys have yourself a good rest of the day. Thanks so much for your support. I appreciate it. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below and I will either answer them in the comments or I will answer them in subsequent videos. So hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for your support.